Hey everyone, it's Flak. Welcome to the second video in an ongoing series checking out some insane attention to detail hidden away in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, Modern Warfare has some incredible details, ranging from the in-game watch that tells you the actual real-world time to the hidden message on the Juggernaut's junk. If you want to check out those details, click the link here on the screen for the previous video. For this video, however, let's look at 10 more cool details spotted in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. First up, let's take a look at some killer weapon details. We're used to seeing small things like watching our character click over their gun from full to semi-auto, but Modern Warfare developers take things a step further with some beautifully detailed weapon animations. You can see some tremendous attention to detail in weapon magazines. On guns with transparent plastic magazines, you can actually see the rounds stacked inside. Infinity Ward even went through the trouble of showing the correct amount of bullets in the magazine as it's fired. Similarly, on metal or polymer magazines with a window, you can actually count the proper number of rounds. Meanwhile, many weapons feature a different reload animation on empty, and among the most noticeable is the AK-47's tactical reload. Next, if you look closely at some of the weapons and equipment in-game, you'll notice a small QR code. Weapon manufacturers today often place these on guns as a means of providing quick digital access to manuals or to other material from the company. After a bit of work, I was actually able to scan that tiny QR code, and it took me to someplace surprising. In Modern Warfare, these codes take you to the website for the Call of Duty Endowment. This organization funds programs to get unemployed military veterans back to work, and to date, Call of Duty publisher Activision Blizzard has donated over $25 million to the endowment. Infinity Ward could have had these codes take you literally anywhere, so the choice to send people curious enough to scan the code to the endowment website is a noteworthy way of supporting the troops. For our fourth detail, let's crack open a field upgrade. When deploying the munitions box in-game, your character opens it as if to check the contents. During this brief phase, you can actually see the magazines and bullets jiggle around as your character runs. It's a subtle touch, but it is one that makes you feel like you're holding something substantial. Up next, let's talk about the biggest gun in Modern Warfare. And no, I'm not talking about the 50 cal or the main gun on the infantry assault vehicle. I'm talking about the improvised mortar on the Azir Caves map. On the south ridge, you'll find a massive pipe welded to a makeshift trailer. This thing is huge, and it's actually based on some of the real-world designs recently cobbled together by fighters in Syria. Meanwhile, nearby and inside the caves, you can actually spot some of the projectiles for that homemade artillery. You'll find detail number 6 near the massive mortar. A reminder of the blurred lines in modern-day conflicts, there's several soccer balls laying abandoned on the hillside. You can't kick them in Modern Warfare, but you can shoot them, and they do actually deflate. Perhaps when Christmas rolls around, players can organize a truce, World War I style, and have a friendly match. Up next, on the western side of the Azir Caves map, you'll find some of Call of Duty's familiar quote-unquote wildlife. In the midst of the battle, there's a flock of chickens just minding their own business. Now, chickens have a long history of appearing in Call of Duty games, and there was even an achievement for killing 7 of them in under 10 seconds back in Modern Warfare 2. In case you're wondering, yes, you can kill them, just don't tell PETA. Chickens aren't the only wildlife in Modern Warfare, however. You can also spot seagulls, rats, and various bugs on many of the maps. Now for number 8, let's head to Hackney Yard. This map has some incredible details in the background. Both passenger ships and sailboats continually pass by on the waterway, and you can actually hear them in the distance if you listen closely. On the west side of the yard, a crane moves shipping containers in the background, and above the map, an elevated train rolls over the battlefield. But this last one is more than just a cool prop. It can actually be used tactically. That train creates a deafening roar, which can be used to mask the sound of your movements. Meanwhile, if you take a close look at the character models in Modern Warfare, there are a few things that stand out. On THORNE's character, his blood type is listed on his sleeve, along with the letters NKDA. That's short for no known drug allergies, and something that would be vital for medics to know in the event he was wounded. But perhaps the coolest detail on the character models is Kruger's mag dump pouch, which features several tally marks, presumably one for each enemy killed. Lastly, I want to talk about one of the game's kill streaks, the VTOL jet. This is a kill streak that combines the strafe of a precision airstrike with the loitering ability of the attack helicopter from the previous games. However, the VTOL makes an incredible entrance, firing rockets while flying over the battlefield. It then makes a jaw-dropping Immelman turn and descends upon enemies like a bird of prey. It looks absolutely badass. And since you've stuck around this long, how about a couple more bonus details? Modern Warfare nails what is obviously the most important detail in any video game, and I'm of course talking about rope. Now, I secretly judge games based on how well they manage to render rope, and many games get lazy animating this element. It often looks terrible and breaks immersion. Modern Warfare developers, however, actually did a hell of a job rendering rope to the point it actually moves and coils up realistically. Another neat detail has to do with Modern Warfare's doors. Players can open and close them manually and can also sprint through them. You might not know, however, that you can blow them open. Perfectly cooked grenades are a surefire way of opening a door without having to be near it. You can also use C4 as a breaching charge to kill or surprise those on the other side. And if you need to open a door in a hurry, melee works just as well. There's also the game's conscientious objector. On Hackney Yard at the beginning of a match, you can sometimes see an NPC helping teammates exit a van. That NPC then jumps back into the van and closes the door, but the van doesn't drive away. So technically, that soldier is actually sitting inside the van for the entire match while all hell breaks loose around him. What do you suppose he's doing in there? Enjoying some Mountain Dew and Doritos, perhaps? Your guess is as good as mine. I hope you enjoyed this video on attention to detail in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Which detail was your favorite? Tell me in the video comments. Also, if you noticed anything interesting during your time with the game, leave a comment down below with that information. For more content like this, leave a like and make sure to hit subscribe before you go. Sharing this video with your friends also helps support the channel. And if you want to see more video game details, I have an entire series on Battlefield 5, which you can check out using the link here on the screen. Lastly, social media links are in the video description if you enjoy dank memes. And as always, thanks for watching.